Hey guys, I'm back. I haven't made a video for ages because I've been working and stressed about things. But yeah, so the other thing I've also been doing alongside that is knitting on my knitting machine, which is what I'm going to be showing you in this video. So yeah, I got it a little while ago and I filmed the setup and like a little bit about how it works and stuff. So I filmed that, and that's what this video is going to be. So I hope you enjoy it if you're interested. And yeah, knitting machines are so cool. They're so underrated. I literally didn't even know they existed until like a couple of months ago when I was considering getting one for the project. So yeah, they're just like such a lost art. They're not made, well, they are made, but they're like thousands of pounds now. But in the 80s, they were like a really big thing. You could buy one just probably from like a sewing shop or something. And like Brother made them, Singer made them. Yeah, they were everywhere, and now they've just disappeared. So you can still buy them online, and that's where I got mine, obviously secondhand. But yeah, it's such a shame that like more people don't do this, I think. And there's one at uni. Not that it matters to us anymore, obviously, but in the textiles room, there is one, and I spoke to Claire about it before we left, and she was like, "Oh, it's just under the table. Like no one's used it in 10 years. You know, we don't really know how it works." And I just think that's so sad. Like at the end of the day, knitting is so cool because you are basically making your own fabric. Like you're weaving fibers together to make your own material. And I just think that's so cool, and that's something that a lot of people on our course are interested in. So yeah, I think more people should do this. It's really fun. But yeah, so if you're interested, just stick around and you can watch me and my knitting machine get to know each other. So this was my knitting machine right after I took it out of the box. This is the main bed. It is just over a metre wide. It's got 200 needles. So you can knit something that's maximum of 200 needles wide. That on the left is the carriage, so sliding that back and forth is what allows you to knit. There are just some accessories. And here's the manual. It's kind of a shit manual. It really does not explain things very well. And it got me into a few sticky situations over the last few days. But I got through it. It's okay. And this is the other side of the box. It's got some other accessories in it, like the lace carriage, the tension mast, and the Singer plate. So yeah, those are just some add-ons that go on the bed that enable you to knit. This machine it's not electric, it's completely mechanical. So if you want to knit patterns and designs, you have to use punch cards, which go in that little slot there. So yeah, it's a Brother KH860, which is a standard gauge knitting machine, so it knits like mid-weight yarns. And yeah, there it is. So the first thing I did setting it up was obviously just to read the manual. Yeah, so then I got the Singer plate and attached that to the carriage, which was really, really easy. I was thinking at this point, this is fucking easy as shit. So yeah, that was the easy part. And this is when everything started to go wrong. So I knew the tension mast was going to be difficult. I just had a feeling that it was going to be really hard to set up, and I was right, it was. Somehow I managed to completely fuck up taking it out of the box, and I bent it the wrong way, out of shape, and it took me ages to figure out how to get it right again. Under the pin. Oh Christ in heaven. I think these things are supposed to be... Shit. Oh my god, these instructions are so bad. So I contacted the lady I bought it from, and she FaceTimed me, and she helped me work out what had gone wrong. It's down here. Yeah, it had to be like that in the case. Yeah. It wouldn't have happened any other way. So what's yours like now? So mine looks like this. Can you see here? It's just that, I'm trying to show you. It just looks like it's not facing the right way. Let me just show you when I try and put it on the mast. If I put it on the mast the right way, Oh no, that's wrong. If I put it on the mask the right way, it just doesn't look right. So eventually I fixed the mast and I was able to start knitting. So the first thing I had to do was organise the needles and bring them more forward into the right position. B. Oh yeah, that's there. Okay. How many needles is that? Oh look, it tells you! That is so clever. Okay. 30, okay, so I've got 30 on either side in B position. Open yarn feeder A by pushing the yarn feeder lever to the left.
Why have you only got it through one antennae?
Because I've only got one yarn. Oh. Take and thread it into yarn feeder A. Still holding the yarn, and gently, slowly move the K carriage to the left. So after I'd threaded the carriage and put the yarn in the yarn feeder, it was time for my first knitting attempt, which didn't go very well, but that's okay. Yeah. Ah! It did it! It fucking did it, look! Take the cast on comb and choose the length according to the number of needles. Hold the cast on comb as shown with the hooks facing the machine. So the cast on method that I tried initially was the one that the manual tells you to do, which is allegedly the most simple, but it definitely isn't, and I found it really hard. So eventually I just kind of had to figure it out for myself using other methods, but this one really didn't work. Make sure the K carriage clears the knitting. You will hear a click at the end of the row, don't go too far. Oh my god.
Something happening?
It's knitting, yeah, look. I think it is. It's on a very tight tension. Yeah, so there are quite a lot of important details about casting on that the manual didn't explain, so I made loads of mistakes this first time. I had the weaving button down, the tension was way too tight, and I had the comb in the way of the carriage, so... But it's okay, I figured it out eventually. So here I am on day 2. This was the day that I managed to knit something semi-successfully. Yeah, but it looked like that, so it looked like shit, but I was pretty happy with it. So eventually I figured out a way of casting on that enabled me to keep knitting in a clean way without loads of holes. But my problem now was the weights. You've got to weigh the knitting down to keep the tension downwards, but the weights just kept like ripping it apart, so I had to figure out a way to get around that. Oh, it looks like shit. This was the first piece that I did that actually came out really nicely. The tension was really good and the cast on was nice and tight, so yeah, I was really happy with that. And now if I slide the carriage across, it's just going to take off the knitting. And there, oh, there it is.